What you're about to see is the playbook for one of the most powerful events you'll ever run. Class 10 is all about the Family Crisis Protection Reception, a live group event that changes how families think about their financial future. And after this, you'll know exactly how to host it. First, let's be clear about what this event is. It is not a sales pitch. It's an educational experience. You're inviting a room of prospective clients to learn something genuinely important about protecting their family. That distinction is everything. The event runs on an 8-movement structure. Think of it as a journey you take the room through, from welcome all the way to a clear next step. Let's walk each movement. Movement 1 is the welcome. Your job here is to set the tone immediately. This room came to learn, not to be sold. Acknowledge them. Thank them. And make it crystal clear, tonight is about education. You're here to serve them. Movement 2, name the crisis. Every family will face one of 3 financial crises: a serious illness, an unexpected death, or outliving their savings. These aren't maybes. They are certainties in some form for nearly every household. Here's the hard truth you share with the room: most families only plan for one of those 3. Guess which one? Death. They get life insurance and call it done. The other 2, illness and outliving savings, are left completely unguarded. That gap is why you're in that room. Before we go further, here's a question for you. Of the 3 crises, illness, death, or outliving your savings, which one do most people never plan for? Take a second. Think about it. The answer is both serious illness and outliving savings. Most people never plan for either one. Death gets all the attention. But a critical illness can wipe out a family financially while everyone is still alive. And running out of money in retirement? That fear is real and growing. This is the gap you're trained to close. Movement 3, protect. This is where you introduce living benefits. These are the riders that allow a client to access their death benefit while they're still alive if they're diagnosed with a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. This is the answer to the illness crisis. And most people have never heard of it. Movement 4, prosper. Cash value is your answer to the outliving savings crisis. Inside a properly structured life insurance policy, cash value grows tax-advantaged and can be accessed in retirement. You're not just protecting families, you're helping them build a private financial reserve. Movement 5, prevent. The death benefit is the foundation income replacement if the unthinkable happens. Your room already knows this one exists. Your job here is to show how it connects to the full picture alongside living benefits and cash value. 3 solutions. 3 crises. 1 complete strategy. Here's the frame you give the room: 3 crises, 3 solutions, 1 complete strategy. Protect against illness. Prosper through retirement. Prevent the financial devastation of an early death. When they see it laid out like this, it clicks. Movement 6 is where the room really feels it. Real families, real stories. This is where you share illustrative scenarios, composite stories that show how these strategies play out in real life. And this is critical: every story you tell in this event must be composite and illustrative. Never a real client's story without their explicit written permission. This matters enough to show the room directly. All stories in this event are composite and illustrative. They are never based on a real client without that client's explicit written permission. Your credibility and your compliance depends on this distinction. Picture a family: 2 working parents, mid-40s, 2 kids in school. One of them is diagnosed with a critical illness. Medical bills hit fast. Income drops. But because they had a living benefits rider, they accessed a portion of their death benefit while still alive. The crisis didn't become a catastrophe. Or consider a couple in their late 60s. They built cash value inside their policy over 30 years. Now it supplements their retirement income, tax-advantaged distributions filling the gap Social Security can't cover. They're not outliving their savings. They're living on them. Movement 7 is where you make it personal. You ask the room, what does your family's plan look like right now? Not in theory, today. Are all 3 crises covered? Most people will realize in that moment that the answer is no. That realization is not fear, it's clarity. And clarity is what drives action. Movement 8, the invitation. This is not a close. You're not asking anyone to buy anything tonight. You're handing the room the Gap Finder Questionnaire, a simple tool that helps them see exactly where their plan has holes. The next step is a conversation. The questionnaire opens that door. One more tool in your kit, the full invite script library. You'll find scripts for warm invites, cold and lead invites, and reminders and follow-ups all across multiple channels. Phone, email, text. Every scenario you'll face when filling a room is covered. You don't have to write a single word from scratch. Warm invites. Cold and lead invites. Reminders and follow-ups. Every script, every channel, ready to go. When you run this event, your role is host and educator, not closer. You facilitate the journey through all 8 movements. You ask questions. You share illustrative stories. You let the material do the work. And at the end, you hand the room a tool and offer them a conversation. That's it. That's the whole event. Here's your complete playbook at a glance. 8 movements. Each one intentional. Each one building trust, delivering education, and moving the room toward clarity, not a transaction. You've seen the event. You know the 8 movements. You know the 3 crises and the 3 solutions. Now it's time to go deeper. Head into the full written training below, read every section, absorb the detail, and then complete the class quiz to unlock Class 11. Let's go!